Right then, it might only be a couple of seconds for you, but it's been nearly a month for me. I've had other things to do, so I had to leave this aside. But it might be time today to finish this guitar. Might be another video, we don't know yet, but we'll try. You may notice we have a soldering iron here, and quite a battered old iron, but I think it will work. Hopefully. We are going to do a few things today. We are going to shield all of the cavities with copper foil tape. I say it's great for shielding. It will reduce the noise from the pickups, because I think the pickups are quite cheap in this one, to be fair. I may upgrade these pickups. And I say every cavity you see here is going to get a generous coating of this. I could probably do about 70 guitars with the amount of copper tape I have here, but we'll get by. And we're also going to do the back of the scratch plate, back of the pickups, like here. And we're going to try and assemble this beast. And so I've got a terrible wiring diagram, but I've got many more. Basically, what we need to do is we need to establish how to successfully and safely earth this instrument so I don't get electrocuted. Basically, you're looking at the volume pot is your best friend right here. Basically, everything gets grounded, earthed to the back of this pot here and to the back of the bridge. That's what one of these holes is for. You actually see this. This is actually where the earth goes to the back of the bridge. So there's pre-drilled holes that go through. I'll get into there for you. Goes from there through to here. There's no routing, as obviously some tellies have a route here. It would have been more useful, to be honest, but I'm putting a scratch plate on it, doesn't matter. Another hole here to go through. We have the input jack, which goes through here. Comes out there. This is going to be fun. And also, I'm not going to do it on camera because I've got my own little logo I want you to surprise it with. We're going to do something nice here too. So, hope you like this. This is going to be fun. Give it a couple of hours. Might even give you a tune. It's bloody freezing today. There's one, nicely shielded, very satisfying. On to the next one. This should stop all the buzz. Next. holes for the connections going through, including this one here which had to be bored through for the earth going to the bridge. I like that colour. Bit of copper. Next. Just to prove that it's actually copper, it just drew blood. You can see this various scratches. There we go. My DNA is actually in this guitar now. Let's hide a bit. Ready? Now that's a signature. Quite a deep cut actually, isn't it? Still going. Onwards. Right, so we are all nicely shielded in here. A little bit uneven there. We'll fix that with a knife in a second. So most importantly, we've got all of our holes for our various connections. For example, here, in here, and in here, and back down here. So, next step, we're going to insulate the back of our scratch plate. Right then, one successfully shielded backplate. I like that. There we go. Next step, we're going to be brave and start soldering. Oh God, I haven't done this in ages. I hope this works. Enjoy. Right then, now we're going to move on to soldering. So we have a very small amount of soldering wire left, but we're okay. It'll get us through. It's not too bad. We have our brass sponge for cleaning the wick of the soldering iron itself, which is here. And it is warming up. Anyone that's never done this before, basically don't touch any metal bits on the soldering iron when it's heated up, because it will fucking melt your skin. Components. Let's say back plate with new shielding. One wire. That wire will attach to this point on the three-way selector, and will turn into the front pickup, because that will be orientated that way and it'll be front. This is the volume pot. Now, one useful thing is they've actually solved one of my problems already, is that they've already soldered the 2 black wires here, which is the earth, directly to the volume pot. I'm going to actually add some solder to it to make it more robust, but that's the earth wires. So we take the first one of those, which is DC1. Don't make things easy for someone with stubby hands like me. There we go. This one will go through this hole here, come out into this hole here, and solder to this point here. That's our first soldering point. The second one here goes through the same hole, the hole here and hole here, and comes out onto the bridge. Attaches to this point here, which is the bridge pickup. This is our earth point. The last one, this one here, goes to our output, which is our input jack. It's a small thing. One on here, and connects that way. That is all we need to do. How many times I fuck it up is another matter. I've done this before, it's just not for a long time, and you want to get it right beforehand. See, they gave me this, you want to see definition of unlucky? They gave me a shit wiring diagram, and the tape that was inside the box has actually taken half of it away. So I've actually Googled a couple of images, same design, but you can see what I was talking about. This is the earth volume pot, 2 earths going in there. There's the front pickup going to the first join on the 3-way selector switch. This is the bridge pickup going to the last one, and there's the earths going back in. And this is the output jack, which is the last lead, the yellow lead going directly to this one. So we can orientate it straight away, so it will go to around the right way, which is this way. There we go. And it's going to go to this one. So yellow, and this is going to be earth. Yellow, earth, yellow, earth. That was 3 minutes of boring conversation you didn't want to hear, wasn't it? I'm going to do a little bit of writing down and draw my new diagram. And we should be back in a moment. It's going to be a guitar. Next. So, this is my wiring diagram, which is actually more helpful than the one that's on the other side of the page. You can't read much there, but you can see it. Basically what I'm doing is not tie myself in knots with the earth. So what this is saying is, don't know if you can see this here, neck pickup, yellow goes to the top of the 3-way switch, earth goes to the volume. Then we got the bridge pickup, the red, which is this lead right here, goes to the bottom of the 3-way, earth to the volume. That's on the bridge pickup. Right, so then the next one is the connection between the volume and the tones, which is yellow goes to the top, earth goes down to the very, very bottom. Then we have an earth connection going from the volume again all the way through to the bridge, which is this little hole in here. Comes up right there. Then we have the connection going from the volume and tone into the input jack, which is here. And this is where you can actually turn your, get into a few problems. Basically, the yellow, which is the connection from here, basically, this one here, which is the volume line, you want to connect that to where it's over this sleeve. So you've got this connection here. See it? A bit closer, you can see it. This one here, the one that's over, goes for the yellow, which is the volume. The earth needs to go to the one that's underneath this sleeve, which is connecting. Think of it as earth underground. 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 Think of it, you'll always remember it. Anyway, this is now heating up. And because there's a lot of shit on the end of it, I need to clean it. And it's going to smoke. But we're going to get there. Oh. One thing, it'll bloody warm this place up a bit. It's freezing out here today. Right, soldering. And not soldering. There is an L in it. There is an L in it. Time lapse. In fact, we're not going to do a time lapse. I want to show you what happens when you design something in a computer instead of the real world. Basically, these are very helpful, having these earths already connected for someone that doesn't know about the wiring. But to actually get them in this direction through a tiny little hole here is pointless. So it's no real, it's hard to do. You can get this wire straight through here, but they've both got to go through the same drilled hole, you see. This is the cable tie. And I'm just going to push it through here, and we're going to use this as a way of getting our lead through. See, there's the gap. See, I know it's green on green, but there we go. So I'm going to use that to draw this lead through. And I don't want to damage the cable, but it has to happen this way. Okay, let's see if this works. And we're through. You see, now that took me 10 minutes of figuring out how I was going to do it. All right, so there's the lead. I don't know if you can see it there. Just there, gone through. So it's now gone through there into here. That's the earth. That's the most important part of the guitar, in my opinion. Because it stops you from getting fucking fried. Now, the next thing is this got to go to the back of here. Okay? So it's going to attach to here. Right? This lead has to go back through the same drilled hole through here. So we've got to pull this all the way through. Trying our best not to damage it. And we've got to push this one through here. Let's try and give you a better view of that. That's a bit better. So you can see our lead through here. That's the earth. Come from here. This one, which is going from this pickup through to here. I actually had to turn off my soldering iron because this is taking too much time. Now, bear with me a moment. There we go. Now, I'm going to pause this and I'm going to show you this particular part of the circuit. Now you can see what I'm talking about. Here's our earth going through here, through this hole here, coming out into this routed area for the pickup. There's our line coming off the pickup, going back. So this has to connect here, and this has to connect here. That's the only way to do it. So we can do our first couple of soldering points, and then we can close this over, and then we can move on to this pickup and here. Okay. You should be able to pull both wires through here. That was my point. Yeah. Next. There was a brief interlude there, just while I get everything in order. Now, we're nearly ready to roll. Let's put this one under here. Now, this is going to be a little difficult to lift up now. Make sure that earth is back in place, which of course it isn't. Whoever designed this three-way selector was on one hell of a budget. We're going to do our little trick again. pull it through. Right, I am more than pissed off with this. Okay? This is what happens. I say, designing shit in computers and not doing it for the real world. I mean, I'm going to ask two questions. One, why didn't anyone double check these lengths? And two, how much is a piece of fucking electrical wire? It's bullshit. Right, I'll explain why I'm angry now. This is my point, right? Lead come from here going into channel selector. Nothing soldered yet. This is the amount of earth that they expect you to be able to get by with. This, as you can see, is in its position. It's lined up with the screw and everything. Right? This is perfectly fine amount. Right? So this has to go through this little hole here, and it will come up, and it will attach to the plate here. Right? That's fine, absolutely fine. But what made them think that this is enough? Right? Watch what happens when I go to move this, when I go to solder that yellow lead into this. Right? That is all I've got to play with. It's insane. Why would you do that? Why? So now I've got to find some cable and start all over again. I was hoping to play this today, and now it's going to look like it's going to be a few days. Unless I have a stock of cable somewhere, I am pissed off to hell. Look at it. I mean, seriously. I mean, even if you have it here, this clearly can't fit into here, right? How is that going to attach to this when it's on? It can't, can it? See? It's got to reach there. I'm angry again. For once, not my fault. I can't even string it up and play it because I can't wire the damn thing. Pissed off the fuck. Right. Right, cup of tea. Fucking sound. Now, we're going to get a little bit drastic, but fuck it, we've got drastic with this thing before. I'm going to make my own earth leads. We're going to cannibalise this, which is just a 3-pin plug. We're going to take the earth out of there, out of the middle, and we're going to have more earth lead than we can ever fucking need, just because I'm annoyed. Right, that's actually exactly how much I need that piece of wood. So we're going to split it, nick it, and we're going to transplant it into that. Split it, nick it, transplant it into that. But I'm having a cup of tea first. That is how much they expected me to work with. That. Now, as every woman will tell you, size matters. Look, extra. This costs fuck all. Add it in. This is going on my review of this. Add a bit of fucking extra in. Jesus Christ. 2 extra soldering points. That's all it is. So I'm going to remove the stupid little wires that are for the earth. I'm just going to make a little crimp on the end of them so I can solder them in. I'm going to cut it to length as I do it with a bit of slack because there's space in the cavity underneath, so that if I ever need to do repairs, when I open it up, I'm not going to rip the fucking earth out. People wonder why I get angry. I'm serious. When it ain't my fault. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm serious, like. I mean, it's very, very easy to do something convenient. You know? It takes more of an effort. I say this all the time. Anyone in work knows to me that I'm a fucking whinging prick anyway. It takes more of an effort to do things lazily. You know, to hide things, to fucking to just deliberately do things that are fucking awkward for the next person down the line. The next person down the line, in this particular instance, is the fucking customer. I know I've done this before, right? But imagine you're the first time you ever done a bit of soldering. Imagine this is the first time you ever put a guitar together. Right? It'll put you off for fucking life, you know? Well, I promise from this point onwards I'll get a little bit more optimistic. But until this cup of tea is no more, consider me an angry person. One end. Now, tea next. Here we go. Always remember to clean it in your sponge. And what you're doing is you're heating the point, not the actual wire. I'm just creating a new bed at the bottom of this because I had to take off the old one. I'm not by far not the best at soldering. What you're really making is you're trying to make a sort of volcano shape. I can never do that because I am an amateur. Now, I'm going to angle this in a way that we don't have to hold it. Which way is the best way? Because this is going to go in this direction here. So we're going to have it aiming towards us. Yep. That's okay. You can't see a thing from there, can you? That's broken that one already. Here you go. Well, that was a fucking saga. Right, first pickup, wired in. Here we go, see there? Get you a little closer. There it is there, wired into here. And the earth for this one is coming off the volume. Terrible, as it is the solder. It's going straight through into here. That's done. Done. Next one is this one. This is going into the back of the bridge pickup here. This one is going into this one. And we're nearly done. This has been a fucking saga. I should have been finished an hour, maybe 2 hours ago. Oh, and the first bit of bleeding lead I had was too thick. Solid core. Oh, bollocks to it, you know. Oh, good thing I like the smell of this shit. Right, so that one's done. That's good. This is the next one. Bridge pickup. Look, it's looking like a guitar. Not bad, huh? At this point, I could effectively wire it up and play it. Fun. Next. Got some more done. This is wired up. Earth just here. Into here and here. This one goes to this one, this one goes to this one. Here's your earths for both of them. Right, so we're going to put these scratch plates and back plates down now. Then we're going to work on the volume. And we're nearly there. There we go. This pickup is wired in, earth. So you got this one here is the pickup, and then we have the earth going into here. Oh, that's come loose. Good thing to double check it. We'll do that one next. There's the pickup for the neck with the earth underneath. Never understood why that works, but it does. And this is your earth cable for that one. Next thing we're going to do is the wire up the volume. So this, and we're going to use the two of these for our earth to go to our input jack. Okay, so let's screw all this business down for now. Jolly good. We should be able to start putting this in now. Input jack. See, this is our going to our volume, or going from our volume. This is our earth going from here, off my tone control. Two earths, one pickup, back neck pickup, neck pickup and the red one for the back one there. That's all good. I'm just talking out loud to get these bearings together. Let's just feed this one through first. Probably should have done it the other way, but we shall see. Well, all my soldering is holding up so far, so we're doing good. We watch I break it now. Can't see there, can you? I'm going to turn that soldering iron off because it worries me. Get flashbacks to the IT crowd. Just turn it on and walk away. That was some screws that I need. Oh, and I did break one solder. That was a bad piece of soldering. Turn it back on real quick, keep it warm. Just add a bit more to this. This is fiddly as fuck, this bit. Didn't actually mind redoing all that, but this was the worst bit. So I'm not an expert at this, but I've done it before. It will hold. It ain't pretty, but it does the job. What I tend to do is layer it at the top and melt it back. Get a nice bead. There we go. Boo, 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 boo. That's what I'm looking for. You can't see what I'm doing, but it's just melting it in the right way. There we go. Nothing like the smell of burning flux in the evening. Right, I turn it off. Let that cool for a minute. Oh, why didn't I do this the right way around the first time? We're good. Here it comes. There it is. A bit more slack. And they're still connected. Happy, happy. Then once we close all this up now, careful. Haha. Another job done. Now where are my screws for the input jack? I had them a moment ago. Are they in here? Yes, they are. Nope, these are all machine head stuff. One minute. Haha. Trying to escape the work. 1, 2, 3, and 4. that was actually a screwdriver and not just an org. Time lapse. Finally get to do this now. Come on, you bastard. There we go, ready? Not as satisfying this bit, but where's my little knife? There it is. There we go. Right then, today we have done some shielding, we have done some soldering, we have done some installation of hardware, assembly of parts that have never met each other before, and I've also put some strings on it. Guess what? It's done. It's just gone midnight, and would you like to see it? If you followed this far, I think you deserve to see it. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to the snail. All my guitars have names. This guitar started off as bare wood, splintery and full of scratches and plain as day. Looked cheap as hell too. In the interim, I sanded it, stained it, ruined it, restained it, French polished it into a lovely shine. All our hardware is working. We have a nice little input jack there as well. Brand new set of machine heads, which are actually better than I thought they would be. And a set of strings on her, and now, when you play it, sounds like a guitar to me. I really enjoyed doing this. This has been a nice way of spending my time over the last few months, and I really hope you've enjoyed coming along the journey with me. If you watched all the way through to here, thanks very much. If you commented, sent me messages, I appreciate it even more. It's had its ups and downs, but isn't that a beautiful piece? The next video you're going to see will be this plugged in. We're going to make some noise with it. The snail. Almost looks like I knew what I was doing, didn't it? Thank you very much for watching. I think we might have to do this again. And if you can see me in the entire very reflective scratch plate and paint job, I'm waving. See you in the next video.